If he talks, it's over. Those chilling words, whispered low and sharp like a dagger, just leaked onto the internet and fans swear it's Durk's voice. Clipped, angry, and too calm to be fake. It came from a muffled recording, only 26 seconds long, but it was enough to send all of Twitter into cardiac arrest. Blogs posted it, Reddit spun wild theories, fans screamed betrayal, and just when the chaos reached a boiling point, Von's mother stepped in. She tweeted 3 words, "I got everything, and the streets haven't slept since. Somebody's playing a dangerous game." The audio allegedly comes from a hidden mic during a private OTF meeting a week before Von was killed in Atlanta. In the background, someone says he talking too much, and then that voice cuts through. If he talks, it's over. You know what to do. Now everybody's asking, who was he? Was it Von? Was it someone else about to flip? And why does Von's own mama claim to have the full recording? The loyalty, the love, the legacy, everything's under fire. Emotions are high. Von's fans feel played. Some say this confirms their darkest fears that the betrayal wasn't from the ops, but from inside the circle. Others say it's all rumors. Just noise. A setup. But the pain feels real. And the silence from OTF? Louder than ever. This video contains fictionalized scenes and dramatized storytelling based on rumors and real-world events for entertainment purposes. But if that voice is Durk, we're about to see the whole industry turn upside down. Here's what really happened. The bond between King Von and Lil Durk wasn't just music, it was survival. 2 street poets turned stars, both fresh out the system, both building empires brick by brick, verse by verse, court date by court date. When Durk brought Von under his wing and signed him to OTF in 2018, the whole hood felt it not just a cosign, but a promise. You get out, I got you. And Von? He was loyal. To a fault. From the moment Crazy Story dropped, the streets couldn't ignore him. He wasn't just rapping about drill life, he was drill life. His lyrics bled raw detail. Locations, betrayals, setups, things too specific to be fiction. People started whispering, he talking too much. But Durk stood by him. Through every tweet, every mugshot, every viral moment where fans swore Von was too real for the industry. And then came the Georgia case. October 2019, Atlanta. A late-night studio meetup turns into a robbery gone wrong. Shots fired, someone injured. Durk and Von both arrested. Both facing charges. The headlines went crazy, and that moment, that was supposed to be the end or the beginning of something darker. But somehow, months later, Von walked free, smiling, posting memes, tweeting, "I told y'all, God got me." Meanwhile, Durk stayed quiet, too quiet. Fans were confused. Why was Von moving so confident, almost untouchable, while Durk seemed different, cautious, even distant? Rumors started bubbling. Some said Von took the charges and beat them. Others whispered that someone behind the scenes pulled strings to make sure he walked. But one theory, the darkest one, said somebody flipped, or somebody was about to. Then, November 6, 2020, King Von is shot and killed outside Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. Not by police, not by a random enemy, but in a fight with Quando Rondo's crew. A street altercation turned deadly. And suddenly, all that loyalty, all that brotherhood, gone. The days after were chaos. Asian Doll cried online. Kayla B went to war in the comments. Durk, silent. He posted a black screen. No caption. Then disappeared from social for weeks. The silence was loud. Too loud. Blogs tried to explain it. He's grieving. But fans weren't buying it. Because Durk had just dropped the most aggressive collab with Von all these numbers its. And now, nothing? People started asking real questions. Was there tension before Von died? Did Durk know something? Why was Von out in Atlanta with barely any security? Why did his circle seem fractured that night? Then came the leak. A random Twitter user at Drill Archives posted a 26-second audio clip with the caption, "This ain't just rap. Listen, close." And in that clip, muffled voices, talking about him, saying he trippin', he doing too much. And then the line that set the internet on fire. If he talks, it's over. You know what to do. The voice was low, serious. No shouting, no emotion, just final. And it sounded exactly like Lil Durk. At first, people thought it was fake, AI, edited, but audio engineers jumped in the comments comparing voice patterns, cadence, even background static. And the consensus? This ain't no deep fake. This sounds like a real convo. That's when Vaughn's mom entered the chat. She tweeted, "That ain't even the full tape. Y'all only heard what they wanted y'all to hear." Then deleted it, but not before screenshots spread across the blogs. And suddenly, everything changed. People started going back, replaying old Vaughn interviews, digging up lives, clips of Vaughn talking about snakes in the grass, about energy shifting, about cleaning house. One interview, 2 weeks before his death, he said, "You can't even trust love sometimes. That's times to get you killed." And fans started connecting dots. Was Vaughn planning to expose someone? Was he gonna speak on the Georgia case? Was he talking to the feds? And that's when a rumored OTF affiliate dropped a message to a blog anonymously. He claimed Vaughn was distancing himself. He was tired of being controlled. He had info that could have got PPL locked up, and he was thinking about talking. Not to the cops, to the media. Allegedly, Vaughn was planning to do a sit-down interview, not a Breakfast Club vibe, something raw, something uncensored. And that interview might have ended everything. So now the streets are spinning. What if the warning caught on that tape was about Vaughn himself? What if someone in his circle thought he was gonna talk and decided to handle it? And why does his mom have the full tape? What else is on it? Names? Locations? Instructions? One source says the full audio is over 9 minutes long. And at the end, a voice says, "We can't let it get out. This ain't about no ops. This about survival." They say every leak has a source. But this one? It was personal. By the time that 26-second audio clip had hit its 3rd million views, somebody behind the scenes was panicking, and fans noticed. Tweets started disappearing. Blog posts were wiped. Even a major hip-hop gossip page that shared the audio suddenly posted a retraction. "Due to legal pressure, we've removed the tape. We are not confirming the authenticity." But it was too late. The clip had already been ripped, mirrored, slowed down, enhanced, and the voice in question? Fans still swore it was Durk. Even edited versions surfaced with subtitles. If he talks, it's over. You know what to do. The tension? Unreal. Vaughn's mom wasn't saying much online, but off the internet, she was moving. Sources close to the family told Underground Mix, a low-key Chicago blog, that Vaughn's mom had been approached by 2 media platforms for an exclusive tell-all. And according to an anonymous DM from someone claiming to be her cousin, she was considering it. She tired of the silence, the lies. She got more than just the tape. She got texts, too. The street started buzzing. She about to expose everything. But before she could say a word, a new threat emerged. A lawyer named Redacted, allegedly tied to Durk's defense team, filed a quiet motion in Atlanta court requesting a protective order related to sensitive audio content. Fans caught the paperwork online before it got sealed. One Reddit user posted, "Why would Durk's lawyers be trying to block a leak? Unless they know it's real?" Others speculated the order was more about damage control than guilt. But then a second document surfaced, this one, claiming someone had sent audio evidence to prosecutors anonymously. And that's when things got wild, because fans started saying the full 9-minute recording wasn't just real, it was in the hands of the wrong people. This ain't just about clout anymore, this could reopen the whole case. And in the middle of it all, Vaughn's mother, grieving but deadly focused, posted a single quote to her IG story. "If I stayed silent, he'd be forgotten. But now y'all gonna remember." And right under it, a photo of Vaughn as a baby. No caption, but fans read between the lines. This wasn't just grief anymore, this was war. And then, someone from Durk's own camp broke ranks. His name wasn't famous, not a rapper, not a producer. But if you'd been following the behind the scenes of OTF, you knew him as Tone, a low-key street runner and alleged cleanup guy for the label. He went live on a burner Instagram face, hidden, voice filtered, but clearly shaken. And what he said flipped the whole timeline again. Y'all don't even know half the truth. Vaughn wasn't supposed to be in Atlanta that night. He got a call. Somebody told him, "Come through, we need to talk in person." That call wasn't from No Op. It was from inside. The comments were going insane, hearts flying. The live got screen recorded instantly. So who made the call? One fan typed. Was it a setup? Another asked. Did Durk know? Came up over and over. Tone paused, then said, just ask yourself this. How come the man who was closest to Vaughn wasn't anywhere near when it all went down? And he ended the live with one last line. Don't believe the timelines. Believe the patterns. Boom. Logged off. And just like that, fans started building new theories, tracking Vaughn's last 72 hours, who he met, where he went, even timestamps on surveillance footage from the club. One video allegedly shows Vaughn arguing on the phone outside Monaco Lounge 25 minutes before the altercation with Quando Rondo's crew. The audio's unclear, but a fan enhanced it and swears Vaughn says, "Why you send me here? This don't feel right." Some say it's a reach. Others say it's realer than anything Asian Doll ever posted. Either way, the public is watching this like it's court TV. Meanwhile, back on the legal side, the protective order hits a snag. A judge in Fulton County rules the leak can't be ignored, and prosecutors have the right to examine any material connected to Vaughn's death if it could point to co-conspirators or witness tampering. Edge of translation? If that voice on the tape really is Durk, and if he was discussing silencing someone before Vaughn was killed, it's giving conspiracy, it's giving pressure, it's giving setup, and that's when the lawyer who leaked the filing gets hit with a gag order. They disappear from public view. No more tweets, no more posts. But the damage is already done. And Durk? Silent. Not even cryptic tweets. No, they trying to tarnish me messages. No IG story subs. Just silence. But one person close to him finally said something. DJ Bands, his longtime DJ, posted on X. You ever love somebody so much it destroy you when they switch up? Nobody tagged. No names. But the replies were brutal. He talking about Vaughn. So Vaughn really switched up, huh? Or y'all just mad he started talking? And that's when Asian Doll, out of nowhere, posted. I was with him the day before. He ain't seemed scared. He seemed done. No one knew what she meant, but fans took it as confirmation. Vaughn was ready to cut ties. And the people he was cutting off knew it. It always starts with a DM. A random page, barely 400 followers, posted a link to a mega file with no caption. File name, Vaughn, full, tape, uncut, 5. Most people ignored it at first. But then a fan page reposted it with a warning. This the full 9 minutes tape they said didn't exist. Within an hour, it had 10K downloads. By the end of the night, over 2 million plays. And what was inside? Everything. No more muffled whispers. This was the real deal, crisp, clean audio, a hidden mic. Maybe planted, maybe worn, no one knows. But what's clear is this. Multiple voices, real names, real threats, and that same chilling line, uncut. If he talks, it's over. I'm not saying that lightly, it's already too close. Then another voice believed to be a known OTF member chimes in. So what we doing? Then silence. Just heavy breathing. Then, the click of a lighter. Make sure he don't got no reason to talk. Boom. That's when the chaos broke loose. The internet exploded. This wasn't just a warning. This was intent. Vaughn's mom went live within the hour. Hoodie up. Dark room. No makeup. Eyes swollen but calm. She didn't say much, just sat down and pressed play on her own phone. And it was another recording. This one? A voicemail from Vaughn left 3 days before his death. His voice comes through clear. Ma, I just want you to know, if anything happened to me, I wasn't scared. I seen it coming. I just ain't know from who. The live chat went crazy. Hundreds of crying emojis. People spamming, no. Others typing, he 10 to you. This is a setup. He left a message like he felt it. The full voicemail was under a minute. But it was enough. Vaughn's mom looked into the camera and whispered, now y'all understand. Then ended the live. Blogs were spinning. YouTube flooded with reaction videos. Titles like, the Vaughn tape just ended Lil Durk's career? Full Vaughn tape, explained by ex-OTF member. Did Durk set up King Vaughn? Trending Hashone worldwide. Number Vaughn knew. But the biggest shift wasn't from fans, it was from the industry. An anonymous source from a major podcast leaked a DM from someone in Durk's camp. We were told to lay low, no comments. Everything's being watched now. Even Durk's Spotify profile saw a drop in streams over 24 hours. Sponsors started ghosting quietly. Some artists who were lined up for collabs started pulling back. And fans were divided. Some stood firm. Durk would never. This some fake audio, y'all doing too much. Others weren't so sure. Too many coincidences. Too much silence. Something not right. And then came the final twist. A fan posted a screen recording of an unreleased Von freestyle. Never heard before. Never posted. They said it was from a private Snapchat he kept locked down, only visible to 3 people. The bars? They smiling in my face, but I feel the static. Told my mama if they cross me, don't panic. I see the snakes. They eating off my plate. I might die soon, but I swear it ain't fate. Bruh. Every word hit different now. Was Von dropping warnings in his lyrics? Was he using his music as a message, coded and raw? The freestyle ends with him saying, "And if I go, don't believe who crying, believe who quiet." Boom. The entire room, the industry, the fans, the family now looked sideways. Because Durk still hadn't said a single word. And then finally, he did. A tweet. No tags. No hashtags. Just, "I never needed a voice, I let loyalty speak for me." Posted, then deleted 20 minutes later. But the damage was already done. The replies were brutal. "You loyal to who, though?" Von said silence was guilt. "Too late to clean it up." And Von's mom? She posted a photo of her holding her son's chain. No caption. Just the location tag. Truth always comes out. You could feel the pressure in the air like something was about to snap. Von's voice was everywhere. In freestyles, in old texts, in the leaked voicemail to his mom. It felt like he was haunting the industry, not with fear, but with unfinished truth. And then came the final blow. Von's mom went live again, but this time, she wasn't crying. She came with a folder, sat down, no intro, no filter, just said, "Y'all been lying on my baby long enough, here's the rest." Then pulled out a printed screenshot, a text conversation between Von and someone saved as Big Bro. The text from Von read, "I need to know, if I say something, you got me?" And the reply, "Nah, not this time. I can't protect you if you go that route. Stay silent." The date, October 30, 2020. And fans instantly started speculating was Big Bro Durk? Some said yes, same language Durk uses, same emoji style. Others said it could be someone else in OTF. But the energy shifted. This wasn't just about warning him. It sounded like abandoning him. And Mama Von wasn't done. She opened a small audio player, held it up to the mic, and played a final voice memo. Von again. Same day as the text. This time, the tone was different. "I don't even know who to trust no more. Even the ones that say they love me feel like they scared of what I know. If anything happened to me, Mama make them hear me." And she ended the live with 3 words. Now y'all heard him. Twitter? Scorched earth. Instagram? Flooded with reposts. Reddit? Thousands of comments in an hour. Theories, breakdowns, tears, rage. But one thing was clear. King Von knew he was being watched. In the middle of all this, Durk's legal team made their move. A press release not from Durk himself went live via his PR agency. It said, "Mr. Banks denies all involvement in any conspiracy or wrongdoing related to the tragic passing of Davon Bennett. He is fully cooperating with all legal inquiries and requests privacy for himself and the family of his late friend." But fans weren't buying it. The response is, "You dropped a statement now, 4 years later? Cooperating? With who? Von asked for privacy too, and look what y'all did." Still some defended Durk. This whole thing too messy. Y'all turning grief into gossip. But the pressure was on, and the internet wasn't done digging, because then a jail voicemail dropped, and it brought a new name into the mix. The call came from an inmate in Cook County Jail. Bloggers said it was sent anonymously to 3 major media pages. The inmate's name, J Loud, not famous but known locally, allegedly used to run with some OTF affiliates before things fell out. In the recording, he said, "Y'all talking about Durk, but it wasn't him who made the call. It was Muwap. He the one who pressed Von to come down. Said they had something important to settle. It was supposed to be peaceful, but it ain't never peaceful when money on the line. Muwap." A name that's always hovered around Vaughn's legacy, loyal soldier, O-Block rep, part of the crew. But now, center stage. The voicemail continued. I heard it from one of the shorties who used to ride with him. Vaughn was gonna clear his name. He had paperwork, and he was ready to drop a statement. It ended with, he was too smart, and smart people don't last long in this game. The streets went nuclear. Now everybody's looking at Muop. Did he really call Vaughn to Atlanta that night? Was he the messenger for someone else? And who else knew? Even more chilling, a blogger claimed they had a text log where Vaughn told someone close, I don't trust M no more. He acting different, like he got orders. The text was never verified, but it didn't matter. The story had already taken hold. Loyalty, betrayal, setup, silence. And in the middle of it all, a mother who refused to back down. But there was still one last twist. A burner Twitter account now suspended tweeted something that flipped everything again. You ever wonder why Durk ain't ever say Rip Vaughn in a song? Go check. And fans did. They scrolled every verse, every feature, every caption, and realized he really hadn't. No rest in peace. No long live Vaughn. Not once. Not in public. Some said that's just how Durk grieves. Others said that's the biggest red flag of them all. Because if Vaughn was his brother, his day one, his heart, why keep it silent? Why let the world tell the story? So now here we are. Tapes leaked, texts exposed, a mother grieving and refusing to stay silent, a brother in the shadows with fans begging him to speak, and the streets, still asking the one question nobody's answered. Who really knew what was coming? Vaughn's last words said it all. I wasn't scared. I seen it coming. I just ain't know from who. Maybe that voicemail was his will. Maybe that freestyle was his goodbye letter. Or maybe just maybe King Vaughn was leaving us a trail to follow, and we're only now starting to see the truth. From that chilling line, if he talks, it's over, to the jail call naming Muop, to the missing RIP post. Loyalty's been tested, exposed, and possibly destroyed. But what happens now? Does Vaughn's mom drop the rest of the evidence? Does Durk finally speak in public? Or is someone behind the scenes about to take the fall just to keep the story buried? Either way, we need answers. So let's hear it from y'all. Do you think the tape is real? Was Vaughn about to talk? And who's hiding what? Drop your wildest theory in the comments below. Is this the biggest betrayal in rap history? Or the most twisted misunderstanding ever? Smash that like button if you felt this one. Subscribe if you're riding with the truth. And stay tuned.